Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Deshaun Train channel once again. Here, I am your host, Deshaun Train, and today we're going to be talking about Marvel Spider-Man 2. Now, if you guys missed my Train Talks podcast, I recommend you guys go back. I talked about the Marvel Spider-Man 2 gameplay reveal. Ever since then, we have gotten a lot of news on this game. It is released on October 20th, 2023. My plan is to do a full playthrough of the game with a couple of live streams if possible, and a fully fledged review of the game when it comes out. I am in stages of getting a PlayStation 5, which hopefully I should have by the end of the year. I hope to have it by the time Marvel Spider-Man 2 releases, and I'll be able to purchase the game and the PlayStation 5, and that will probably be my first PlayStation 5 game I ever own. So, in recent news, we got Summer Games Fest that happened about 2 weeks ago as of this recording, where we got information on who will be Venom in this game. Our creative director, Mr. Brian the Goat Intihar, I freaking love that man. He is one of the most humble creative directors, one of the most humble people working in Marvel games, at Insomniac Games, that I've personally got to know. He's one of my influences to go into and to learn about game development and to hope one day work in game development. Hopefully, work for Insomniac Games, and hopefully, I can work under him. That's one of my biggest goals that I have right now. Biggest one of my biggest life goals to do that. He confirmed that Venom will not be Eddie Brock. So I have a few theories on who Venom could be, and I'm gonna give you guys reasons why. If you guys watched my train talks or co-train interviews with Malik Plays, we did go into a little bit of detail with that, but that video probably won't be out before this video because of things that's going on behind the scenes with um Malik. Send some prayers to him. That's all we ask. He is doing fine, but some things in his life is going a little bit array. So I want you guys to prayers up to Malik, and hopefully things get better. Whenever he's fully back and he's in the mood, I will upload that video of me interviewing him. I might do it. I might upload it before this video. I might not. It just depends on how the cold train schedule goes, because we have a lot of things getting done and finished production in the last 48 to 72 hours. But that's not a here nor there. Venom is not Eddie Brock according to Brian Intihar. Well, who could it be? I got a couple theories on that. My first one is Harry Osborn. He is the obvious Venom for most people, because if you guys played Spider-Man PlayStation 4 and you guys played Spider-Man Miles Morales, there were two post-cut scenes, credit scenes that were tied to Harry Osborn. We do know that Harry Osborn is suffering from a disease that his mother suffered from in the comics that would that has been played upon in the Amazing Spider-Man series, also been played upon in recent Marvel Spider-Man cartoons, and obviously the comics and a couple games. She suffered from that disease and died. And he also has inherited that disease that his mother has and is killing him. Norman's trying to save his son, which he has been trying to do and has kept a secret um from the public. The public doesn't know about this. Peter Parker doesn't know about this as well. But Mary Jane was close to finding out about what happened to Harry, because from what we know in the game, Harry had created those Oscorp towers, and we got the voice actor, and we seen what he looked like and all that stuff like that in the Insomniac Games universe. Him and Peter are best friends, all that stuff like that. Harry will play a massive part in this game. If you guys watch the gameplay reveal, you guys seen that Peter said that Harry is dying, and that's why he needs to get to Dr. Kirk Connors. Dr. Kirk Connors was in the post-credit scene of Miles Morales, and Norman Osborn was telling Dr. Kirk Connors, whatever it takes, get it done so Harry can heal, because Harry is slowly but surely dying in a certain way. Norman is another candidate for Venom as well. I'll talk about why he could be Venom in a few moments. But Harry had some sort of the symbiote already on him. It's been theorized that he might be the first Venom that we see in the game. Um, and he could be under the Venom symbiote. I think that this is a possibility because of all the evidence. But again, this is Insomniac Games, and they don't like going the obvious route. He will be the most obvious person from our post-credit scenes if it's not Eddie Brock. He's the most obvious one. But does the most obvious one hurt? No, because of the story that's being told. Imagine if Peter takes the symbiote and Harry actually dies after that, or he's too sick to survive not having the symbiote. That is a big thing that will take a mental toll on Peter. It could be the reason why he actually gets rid of it, and somebody else could take the symbiote after that. Possibly Eddie Brock, or this guy, Norman Osborn. Or Venom could be Norman Osborn. Why would Venom be Norman Osborn? Well, keep in mind, Norman Osborn has been experimenting with different things. He's the reason why Mr. Negative was created. It was his fault because he was doing experiments. He could be experimenting with the symbiote. There is an Easter egg in Marvel Spider-Man whenever you're playing as MJ, and in that cutscene when she finds Mr. Negative files and videos about how Mr. Negative was created by Norman Osborn and why he hates humans so much, and why he wanted to release the devil's breath and all that stuff like that. Before we finally fought Mr. Negative that last time before the Sinister Six was created. There's a cutscene where there's a comic run of the Ultimate Spider-Man that was teased, and that was the first time we ever seen Venom in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics, where Miles Morales was born. He was introduced in the Ultimate Spider-Man comics as well. Little bit nod right there to Venom when his first appearance was. So Norman Osborn could have been experimenting with the symbiote. Norman Osborn, he hates Spider-Man. Well, he hates society. He has the ways of hating Spider-Man already because Spider-Man did not get rid of Doc Ock. He kept Doc Ock alive. He kept Otto alive. And he does not like Otto Octavius. So he can have hatred for Spider-Man that way and wants to get rid of the Spider-Man because maybe Peter and Miles do a little bit too much digging into Norman Osborn, and Norman Osborn could possibly lose his position as mayor of New York. That's all the motivation he needs to get rid of the Spider-Man. But also imagine this. Imagine if Harry is Venom and Harry loses the symbiote, right? Or the symbiote is inside the chamber and it somehow bonds with Peter. And Norman puts the dots together. Let's say Peter Parker gets the symbiote. He comes to Black Suit as Spider-Man. Norman says, okay, he knows that Peter visited Harry, and that's the way that he finds out that he's Spider-Man. So he puts the dots connected together. And let's say Harry dies. He blames Harry for the death. He blames Peter Parker and Spider-Man for the death of Harry Osborn. And Peter takes the symbiote off. Now the symbiote needs to find a new host. That could be where Norman Osborn plays a factor. Norman gets the symbiote, and now he's Venom. And he's the Venom at the end of the game. That could be another way, and that could be somebody else. That could be Venom in that scenario. Harry dies. He blames Peter as Spider-Man because Peter visited Harry. The symbiote bonds. Part of the symbiote got on Peter. It fully bonds with him and goes to he becomes a Black Suit Spider-Man. Norman Osborn figures out a secret identity that way. He becomes Venom right after that. After Peter Parker takes the symbiote off, which I assume will be after a battle with Miles Morales. I think that we're going to get a Miles Morales versus Peter Parker fight with the symbiote. And then that's when finally Peter's going to be convinced to take it off. It's doing more harm than good to him. He will take the symbiote off, and it will finally head to Norman Osborn that way. That could be a scenario that can happen as well. My last one is Otto Octavius. This one might be crazy. Otto already knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. He has a hatred for Peter Parker because Peter Parker saved Norman Osborn. He didn't let him kill him. After everything that Norman Osborn did to him, he saved him. He put him in jail. We know that Otto Octavius is already dying because of the illness that he has. And the arms were the only thing that were keeping him mobile and alive. We seen Otto's look at the end of the game. He was angry. He was upset that he's in prison now because of everything that happened in the first game. The hatred's already there. He knows Spider-Man, or he knows who Spider-Man is. He figured out his identity. It's the perfect combination for Octavius to get the symbiote and become Venom. I've never personally read a comic where Doc Ock was Venom. Now, I know that he does become Spider-Man in one of the issues called the Superior Spider-Man, which they could be setting up something like that to happen in the third game. Now, remember, Peter Parker made those arms that Otto Octavius was trying to do, but he did it in the right way where it does not control his mind to make him an evil psychopath. Those arms are being shown in multiple gameplay segments of Spider-Man 2, and they will play a factor in this game. Imagine the arms of Doc Ock that he made from Doc Ock taking on a symbiote Otto Octavius in this game. That will connect the dots from the first game, and that will also connect the dots from Miles Morales too. So that could be our symbiote guy. It could be Doc Ock, Otto Octavius. He could be the symbiote person. Maybe. We'll see on that theory. There's also been a couple names that maybe Harry gets it at first, and then Eddie's still our main guy. Maybe the devs lied. You can always keep that in the back of your mind. But these are my top 3 people that could be Venom. People have been saying that Peter Parker himself could be Venom. I highly doubt that because in the concept art, he is fighting Venom as regular Spider-Man at the end. But maybe that can happen too. He goes insane and he's the first Venom that we see, and he finally takes it off. He fights Miles. That's like that could be a boss battle where we fight the Peter Parker Venom, then he takes it off, and then it bonds with somebody else, which could be Eddie Brock, Harry Osborn, Otto Octavius, etc. But those are the likely candidates for Venom, in my opinion. Let me know what you guys think. Who do you think will be Venom in Marvel's Spider-Man 2? Is it Insomniac going to go the obvious route and give it to Harry Osborn? Will it be Otto Octavius? Or could Norman Osborn be a potential candidate as well? Or are we still going to look at Eddie Brock being Venom himself? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think will be Venom. I've been able to start and train. Like the video, subscribe channel down below. And I'll see you guys with some more Marvel Spider-Man 2 related content. See you guys soon. I'm out of here.